What's up, you guys? Sean Ross, Sapp, Fightful.com. Here with AIW's Marino Tenaglia. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good, pretty swell.
Got a lot going on. You just finished up a class here in Cleveland.
Sweating my butt off, that's for sure.
I complimented his shirt. He's rocking a Scott Hall shirt. I was like, man, you picked a good shirt. And he's like, I just got it from here.
Yeah, he's actually going to be out here in February, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. So you've been working at AIW for quite a while. You've established yourself as quite the tag team specialist.
Yeah, that's all we've been doing since we started, and that's what we love to do. I was a huge tag team fan personally growing up. I was a Hardy's fan. I don't know if you could tell. I usually wear the earrings, the hair. It's all Jeff Hardy inspired. But also, too, it's because I knew their story about, like, wrestling in backyards and all that kind of stuff. And I was one of those kids. We had a trampoline in the backyard. We broke 2 different ones just wrestling on them over the times. So
when you're establishing yourself as a tag team specialist, that's not what a lot of people get into wrestling to do.
Yeah.
At least initially. And on the independent circuit, you don't see nearly as many tag team specialists. Has that been a hurdle for you early on, or has it been something that's, like, complimented your booking and people have been like, you know what? We don't have a lot of tag team specialists. Let's bring one in.
Honestly, it's been, I guess, both ways. Because it's super easy, and, like, I understand it. It's very easy to just take, like, 2 guys, you're not sure what you're doing with them, and put them together as a team. And a lot of times that does work. But us trying to just, like, be tag teams, completely just tag team based, people, I guess, have, like, come to notice it, and I don't want to say just respect it, but, like, they appreciate us trying to be, like, a straight-up tag team, not just 2 guys put together.
Are there any tag teams right now that you look at and you're like, A+, the best? Not necessarily that you model yourself after, because I know that you, obviously, if people look at you, you don't look like anybody else in pro wrestling. You have a unique look to yourself.
Oh, thanks.
It's different. But, like, that you look at and you draw inspiration from as an active worker yourself.
Oh, God. Honestly, just, like, a lot of the teams doing it right now. And, like, as much as, obviously, like, you look at the Young Bucks, who are, like, a team who are on top of the world, who have done it themselves. They, you can just tell they're just 2 guys who go out there and just have fun and just be themselves. And really, I feel like myself and my partner, Philly, that's just what we modeled it after. Like, if we think it's going to make us laugh, we feel like other people are going to enjoy that too, you know?
The partnership with Philly Collins, I'm interested in how that started.
Hi, Philly. Miss you, man.
A lot of times, you'll see, like, maybe the AMW method where James Storm and Chris Harris became a team because they had such good chemistry against each other in one-on-ones. Were you all like that, or were you all just like, hey, let's form a team?
So where we originally started training, this place, Mega Championship Wrestling out in Elyria, Ohio, that's where Philly and I met originally, 4 or 5 years ago now. I lose track of time. But we just, like, would train all the time. We'd always partner up in the ring during drills, and we'd stay later and just try stuff because we trusted each other. We would put matches on in this gym by ourselves, but we've never done anything really. We've had 1 match in front of a crowd against each other. But, the guy who was training us at the time and got us our first booking was like, hey, I don't know what to do with you guys. Just figure it out. So essentially we were just 2 guys who got put together. But we started hanging out outside of wrestling, and now I live with the guy, living with him for like 3 years, so we live the tag team dream.
And like I said, there aren't a ton of, like, established tag teams on the independent circuit. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like that's a benefit for you guys? That's something that you guys can bring that just quite frankly isn't out there a lot?
Yeah, I mean, we like to say that, that we can be tag team specialists. We don't like to toot our own horn, but, like, no, we just try to be different, just try to be us.
When you hear stuff like Vince McMahon doesn't like tag team wrestling and stuff like that, how does that make a guy like you feel, who is still young in your career but are quickly establishing yourselves in the manner that you are?
Oh, man. Take it with a grain of salt. We still love to do this, and I don't think we'll ever stop loving it. So just because the man himself isn't a big fan of it, it doesn't mean there's no chance out there, you know?
Yeah.
Doesn't make us lose hope.
What are your goals in wrestling, and do they match up with that of Philly? Like, do you want to hit WWE, but his main goal is like New Japan or something like that?
To be fair, I think we have a pretty similar goal. Of course, at the end of the day, you want to end up in WWE. That's what we all, I mean, the 2 of us at least grew up watching forever. So, we'd love to be there someday. But, I mean, wherever the world takes us, wherever wrestling takes us.
So how long have you been involved in wrestling now?
I started training. This would be going in our 5th year.
So lots of travel goes along with the pro wrestling world. How was that
Love
adjustment for you? Do you love it?
So Philly might tell you a different story. This is where we are good for each other, you know. But I played like baseball growing up, and I was one of those kids who got lucky and traveled all the time playing baseball. So being on the road and staying in hotels, crappy hotels for $30, like, it was nothing. My dad just supported me just himself and like put all of his money towards me playing baseball. That's what I wanted to do, and we made it happen by any means. So doing this the same way in wrestling, like sleeping in a car or crappy hotels, nothing.
So, in that event, do you do most of the driving?
No. Philly, I will give you all the respect in the world. You take your car everywhere. Thank you. I'll split the driving time with him, don't get me wrong, but his car is taking a lot of wear and tear.
So, like, when you it wasn't much of an adjustment for you. Like you said, you were a travel baseball player. Adjusting from baseball to wrestling, like, what kind of gap was there? Did you play in high school, play in college?
Are you talking like baseball?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played all the way up until I was 19.
Okay.
And I had college offers and stuff like that for just like the D3 schools, a couple D2s. But I ended up passing on it to go to school with my friends, and that didn't work out. So now I'm home, and here we are.
How early on did you know, one day I'm going to go to a wrestling school?
God, it was probably around the time I came home was when I decided to. But, I mean, I watched wrestling all the time since I was little. I watched it by myself, didn't have friends who enjoyed watching it at the time. I was in, like, around 2007, 2008 time where, like, wrestling wasn't the coolest for a kid in high school, so I was kind of a loner on that, but...
What kind of goals do you have outside of stuff like WWE, like maybe on the independent circuit? Obviously, AIW is going swimmingly for you right now.
Oh, yeah,
really
and
well
we couldn't be more blessed for that, man. Like, we got so lucky. I mean, like, I literally live two minutes down the road from here. Like, you can't ask for a better situation than that. The gym we're in is beautiful.
It's an awesome gym. I was complimenting Josh Prohibition on that. You walk past a grappling area, you walk past an insane weight room. There's cardio equipment. I mean, this is an awesome establishment.
Yeah, and I mean, the way I look at it, man, we have it all right in front of us. So, like, if we aren't doing something to better ourselves here, then, like, it's our fault. You know what I mean?
You ever see you in Philly maybe doing a little split ski? And you all have had to have talked about it.
I don't know. We've passed a couple barbershop windows now and again, and I don't know.
I my mother and cried when that happened.
Oh man, dude.
My favorite wrestler.
Oh man. See, I'm a Shawn Michaels guy.
Well, I became a Shawn. I couldn't be a Marty Jannetty fan.
It's hard to now, right?
Yeah.
No, actually, Marty's awesome, man. He's been in an AIW before. He's a great dude.
Him and his 1.5 foot. They're both.
Oh, Jesus, and he will still go as hard as he can on that 1.5 feet.
He will. It's amazing. So, like, have you all talked about that? Like, man, we'll do a program eventually?
Yeah, I mean, we've always talked about it, and, like, we know if that day ever comes, we're always going to, like, respect each other and give each other love and back each other up.
Sure.
Even as a team, it's still, like, competitive. You know what I mean? Like, we're practicing some at training, and I see him doing this beautiful moonsault, so it makes me go, okay, what cool flip can I do now? You know? So I think that'll always be there.
Like a friendly competition type of thing.
Yeah, definitely brotherly love, that's for sure.
You had any independent booking horror stories?
How far can we go here?
As far as you want.
Oh God.
We're not regulated. This is all online. We don't have to censor anything.
No. God. So many off the top of my head. What? Which one was this? Oh yeah. Okay. There you go. So it was a time. I don't need to name drop places, but we were working down in like the Virginia area at a show, and we were going down to wrestle. I think it was just like a normal tag team match against the Hooligans, and we were super excited because they're one of those teams that's in indie wrestling that's strictly a tag team. So we were like sick, can't wait to wrestle these guys and learn. But anyways, the show goes great. Match was awesome. Afterwards, we talked to the promoter and we go, "Hey man, thanks for having us." Blah blah blah, and like waiting for our envelope, just like awkwardly standing there. We're like, so are we getting paid, or
Yeah.
because we talked about that? And then he just like, oh yeah, don't worry, I'll PayPal you. And we're like, oh, the dreaded I'll PayPal you. We know where this is going. And yeah, thankfully our great friend Dominic Guarini definitely one scary motherfucker, man. So thankfully he was there for us and stayed on the guy for weeks, and finally we got paid. So
that is incredible.
Wasn't the first time that's happened. We've been told once, hey, I don't pay people the first time.
Yeah.
And then we had another buddy of ours step in and say something, and we ended up getting something. But
and I mean, as
it's wrestling, right?
You go on along in your career, you'll become the guy that steps up and says, "Hey, you got to pay these kids."
Yeah, right, exactly.
In contrast, have you walked into any independent situation where you thought maybe it wasn't going to be so great, and you don't have to name names necessarily, but then you're like, "Man, that went way better than expected."
This is definitely a question for Philly. No, but no, yeah, that's God, off the top of my head. No, I can't name of an exact like team or experience, but
him and said, anytime I've teamed with Philly,
no.
I thought it was going to be a nightmare, and then it ended up okay.
No, I can't. No, I mean, like, there's just times where, like, oh man, we're here. This doesn't look like the best place, or this. Yeah. Oh, we're wrestling these guys. Oh God, like I don't want to do anything that might get us hurt, and then we end up going out there and like doing it all, and then having a great match to the point where we want to wrestle these guys anytime.
Yeah.
So it's definitely happened more than we can count.
Who have you found on the circuit you have the best chemistry with in the ring, across the ring?
God, there's a couple teams that we love wrestling. Off the top of my head, hometown boys from here is Rip City Shooters, Wes Barkley, Josh Bishop. Those are our boys, so it's kind of easy too. Yeah. When you know them so well. The Gym Nasty Boys, they're from like southern area. We will wrestle those guys any day of the week.
My WrestleMania week show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know, if they need an opponent, no, I was kidding. That brothers from another mother. See you, man. God, I know I'm going to forget a couple teams for sure, and they're going to be real mad. We had great times against the Carnies.
Assume that he hates working with you unless he mentioned you right now. Unless you were important enough to remember.
Hey, my hole's over here. I'm going to go dig it up.
Yeah, you're trashing 1,000 people.
No, man. There's definitely plenty of teams out there, and I will tweet this link and tag all of them when I remember. So, but no, we've had such great times against a lot of teams.
Let the people know where. Oh,
Colin and Cheech, don't you dare think I forgot you. They are the.
Not memorable
I don't even.
enough.
Oh, the most memorable. Come on, you really think I was going to forget? I was just going to let them think I forgot about them. Come on. No, man, those guys are. We can't thank them enough for the experience they've given us and like the moments we've gotten to create with them. Last year at Absolution was on my MFing birthday. That was like gives me chills right now thinking about it. You know.
So how long have you been affiliated with AIW? Since the start, or?
No, we started at Mega Championship Wrestling, and we were there for a year or two, and then we were just asked one day if we ever want to come over here, that we can come train here at the AIW school. Then also found out it was 2 minutes away from our house. Oh, wow. So we're like, well, this sounds like the perfect place to be, and they've welcomed us with open arms ever since.
How'd that make you feel when you found out, hey, it's 2 minutes away from where I live?
Felt like an idiot, but... No, I mean, I started at the other school because I had a cousin who wrestled a long time ago under JT Lightning.
Yeah.
His name was, he went by Adam Cage. His name was Leo. Hi, Leo. We have the same hair.
That's actually, Josh Prohibition told me that minutes ago.
Oh, really?
He told me this story about how, because we were talking about how you don't look like anybody else, and he was like, well.
Oh, I came up.
He's like,
thanks,
well,
Josh.
Actually, he does.
There's somebody, yeah.
His cousin who has the same hair as him.
Yep. Literally.
You mentioned Jeff Hardy, and I'm like, what? Jeff Hardy's hair doesn't look just like that.
No, that's true. I got a little puffball up here, whatever, Q-tip.
So, as we wrap up, let the people know where they can follow you on social media.
You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter. It's just Marino Tenaglia. Marino like Dan. Tenaglia, just type in the letter T and it should pop up. Facebook, same thing. YouTube, Philly Marino Experience. We definitely like to post some videos up there. Yeah, come and follow us. Have some fun.
Guys, leave a thumbs up. Subscribe. Tap that bell. Because YouTube doesn't always want to tell you guys when these are up. But do it anyway.
Do it.
We're out.